great! And so next we have Peter B. Parker, and Peter B. Parker looks pretty awesome. Again, I'm so excited that we have another head to be able to swap that out. Now, it's not a Spider-Man head, but I'm sure we'll still be excited to use a normal Spider-Man head. And look how great this looks. So, again, beautiful artwork. It is the same art 3 times though, with a mirror image right here. And so, let's see. Let's get him open. And I love that he comes with his little drink right there with a bendy straw. And before we get it open, let's see what it says about Peter B. Parker. It says, Peter Parker mentors Miles Morales, an all-new Spider-Man, to understand the importance of power and responsibility. Looks so great. And let's get this open. There we are. Slide them on out. There we go. All right. And set that aside. And look at that hand, man. Definitely wide open to hold this drink, I'm assuming. And look at those great Spider-Man hands. So we actually have 1, 2, 3 sets of hands. Let's pull out this STILT MAN head. Let's see. Man, these are super soft and bendy. Let's set that aside. Let's take a look at our Peter B. Parker. Put my chair closer and let's zoom down in to take a look. So look at this head sculpt. Let's look at both. Chin got stuck. But look at this. Looks pretty awesome. Zoom in closer, actually. I'm assuming it's supposed to look a little dirty on the face, right? Because if not, definitely need to wipe that part off. But I love the sculpt for it looking like his mask is off right here. Looks great. But he definitely doesn't have that scruff, that little bit of stubble right here. So that looks interesting like that. Love the head sculpt on this one right here. This head sculpt is outstanding. Love the way the hair looks. Love the way his little beard looks. So that looks awesome. He did an outstanding job. Let's see what sort of... Oof. I was going to move the head and I don't know if I'm going to have to heat it up, but definitely don't want his neck to snap off. There we go. I was applying pressure down as I turn this because I don't want the neck to snap off. Look how it's neck's moving where it shouldn't be. So, but once I got it moving, it moves really far down, really far back up. Look at that. That's awesome. Okay, let's see what it looks like here underneath his jacket, his trench coat style. Let's see. Does he move at the waist? He sure does. And he slightly crunches there. He also has an ab crunch to move right here, like right under the ribs. It looks like the jacket's kind of really keeping it from moving too much. The legs do not come. Oh yeah, they do. They do come to a 90-degree angle. Great. That makes me feel really good. Let's see. We have double joints here at the elbows, and they come to roughly a 45-degree angle. I couldn't move I can move this one, but not this other one. And I don't want to break it. So I might just have to leave it like that. I don't know what's wrong with this joint, but only this one's moving. So I am at this moment unable to bring that one in. If I try to just force it, it's not moving. I don't want to crack it off here. So let me see. And then it's hitting there when I'm trying to just force it down in. So we'll have to heat that up to move it. See, the wrists do turn. We go back and forth. Like that. And turn. I'm sure we can just fit this drink right here. Let's see. Okay, great. That straw. That's what got me. Look at that. Put that right in here, and it actually fits amazingly. Look at that. And probably bend this on in. And okay, so it moves up here in the upper part above the bicep, and the arms They spin around completely. Let's see how far back they actually go. They actually go pretty far back. Look at that. Clicking all the way with no butterfly joint. But otherwise, this still looks great. Look at that. Okay. So the sculpt looks great. The jacket looks great. The legs with the sweatpants looks really good. Moves to the upper part of the thigh. Let's see. Oh, I got a really tough joint here for the leg now too. Which, as long as it moves, tough's better than extra loose. So I can appreciate that. Same thing for this knee. It's really stiff on there. And then let's see. Wow, pivots here for whatever reason, and then turns in the weird how it moves there. But still, I love that it pivots well and points and flexes right here on the shoe. So that's good. So that looks awesome. And yeah. Here's the other hands, and we have, you know, web shooting hands and then fists. So, which one do we want here? Let's zoom out right here. And we also have another Peter B. Parker, so we can perhaps, you know, have the different head sculpt on there. So, let's take a look. Let's get him with a pose outside of just drinking this drink. So give me a second. And for some reason, I thought it'd be extremely humorous after all. And I was able to get this to bend forward, so I'm happy about that. Just to have him like bumming it with his two different shoes, with his jacket, just kind of leaned up against a wall, and drinking his little soda shake drink. So, did crack me up. I don't know if I'm gonna love it forever like that, because I definitely want to have more of an action pose. But digging it. So I can get the other Peter B. Parker out and see if I can get him more in a Spider-Man type pose. So let's see. Let me get that one. And where is it? It is right over. How did I lose it? Oh, it's right here. It's right next to me. Okay, let's get him open. Let's take a look and see what we can do. All right, we'll put the other one away. Put this right in here. Oops. Give me a second, guys. Let's see what we can do here. I got him out right here. Let me actually see what happens if we put his arms back to slide off his jacket. Let's see how that looks. And then, what if we swapped his arms out with another Spider-Man that maybe matches the color? Let's just try it. See how it goes. So obviously it's gonna look like this. See, I have Spider-Man arms that I may or may not be able to swap out. So, oh, and then we definitely have better mobility here. Okay, give me a second. All right, so this is gonna be more work than I thought it was gonna be. I was hoping it'd actually be kind of simple, but it proved to not be. My first instinct was retro Spider-Man, but that blue is red and blue is way too dark. And look at the web that is painted on him, so that didn't work. And so it's kind of the same for lots of these Spider-Man action figures. Probably the closer one. This one's not even close. But I'm like, this was the closest to matching the color, which is still not even dead on. But it also only has the web kind of like engraved in there. And maybe, but then these arms are so well put in there that I couldn't even pull those out. So might have to be a project for another day. Okay, so we'll set this aside. We'll have to do that for another day, unfortunately. And it's too bad. Would have liked to have been able to just pull this out, but it's so weak right here. I don't want to just pull the arm because that'll pop out. I can't really grip this, so, and if I have any sort of pliers or whatever, see, because look how weak this is, then it'll start marking this up because it's still plastic. So I'll give it one try, and if not, we'll just move on. Alright, didn't work. Didn't work. But I am confident we'd be able to pull these arms out and be able to pop it in there. So, or just paint our own with a different Marvel Legends arms, but let's see. The head has this smaller ball joint to have that popped on, so I guess let me at least just swap out these heads. I could put a different Spider-Man head on him also. So that'll be a project for another day. Put that in there. This one right here. There we go. Despite the fact that he does not have any stubble going on there. Man, how come I can't get this to go in there? There we go. So, alright. Go ahead and put the jacket on and get him all set up. And as I put his jacket back on, I guess we can at least swap out the hands, right? So again, we'll go with these. Web shooting ones will always be better to me over just fists. There we go. Put that aside, put this here, and then put the tape over it. There we are. And there we are. I would love to either have another one that doesn't have a jacket on, or, you know, either way, we'll figure it out. Set this aside, and let's move on. Let me get him set up. Alright, cool. And I have him in a pretty awesome action pose right here. I don't know if the shoes and the legs are gonna allow it because it's like so touchy right here, but let's see what happens if I just kind of put him along the wall. I think it actually looks pretty great. If I can just have him be able to stay. Look how great that looks. Alright, awesome. Let's move on. We're halfway done. Even though we technically opened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes already. So, alright, let's move on. And let's see. Next we have, sorry, let me get the camera here.